everyone, and welcome to IPW Insider, the monthly show that keeps you up to date on all IPW news and events. I'm your host and IPW commentator, Mark Franchise.
And from the Crucial Squared Circle podcast and one half of award-winning IPW commentary team, I'm Davison Sarai.
After waiting a full year for IPW action to return, we were finally given the gift of IPW Trial by Combat on April 25th at full blast in Battle Creek, Michigan, and man, were the fans treated to something special.
Franchise, I can honestly say that Trial by Combat exceeded all of my expectations. Stepping outside my role as an IPW announcer and speaking strictly as a fan of the sport of wrestling, I came away from that event an even bigger fan of Independence Pro Wrestling.
I agree completely, and with such a loaded show, let's get directly into the details of what went down. Davison, for fans of IPW, the names Josh Raymond and the Black Diamond Jack Price are synonymous with the main event picture. But at Trial by Combat, they were in the opening bout.
Yes, they were, Franchise, in the first qualifying match for the ongoing Grand Prix tournament to crown a new IPW heavyweight champion. As we stated in the last episode of Insider, former IPW champion Karam was unfortunately injured recently and was forced to vacate the title that he was frankly dominating during his time as champ.
Dominant is the perfect word, and the historical dominance of Raymond and Jack Price in IPW made this match very interesting indeed. When we consider the fact that Jack Price was never given a proper rematch for that IPW title that Karam took from him, and we consider the ongoing feud between Josh Raymond and the leader of the Death Threat Army, Aaron O'Ryan, this match was bursting with implications, and at the end of an intense battle, we saw Josh Raymond advance in the title tournament.
Raymond came out on top, and that leaves all of us wondering, where does the Black Diamond Jack Price go next? To some, it would appear that slowly but surely, there have been some cracks forming between members of the Death Threat Army, with Aaron O'Ryan now being the only member holding gold. Could this loss potentially cause a rift between Price and his longtime crew, the DTA?
That remains to be seen, Davison. In our second bout of the night, we saw Max Morrison, accompanied by none other than Jeremiah Goldmain, taking on a man we've seen in IPW before, Nate Bach.
That's right, Franchise. And if you'll recall in past IPW shows, I've referred to Bach as the man who was allergic to tagging his partner during past tag bouts. But Wrestling Solo tonight showed Bach's athleticism and his individual abilities. I have to admit, I did not understand his hairstyle one bit, but I was impressed by his efforts in what was an eventual loss.
Agreed, he did look impressive, but the tandem of Morrison and Goldmain was too much for him to overcome. An interesting development involving Goldmain took place outside of this match and actually involved Josh Raymond and Terry Van Avery following Raymond's victory over Price earlier in the night. Let's take a look.
So baby, you're in the tournament.
Appreciate it.
Here we go.
It's good, man.
Almost there, man. Yeah.
Josh Raymond, look at you, sir. A star today was born out there, brother. You beat a DTA member, dog. You know what I mean? I think you would be perfect here. Excuse me, man. I think you would be perfect on the gold team. So you already got the outfit, you already fit it. So how about you? Hey, what?
We're not interested, bro.
Sweet,
Thanks, though.
but we're not interested in you. So anyways, like I was saying, Josh, you take this, give me a call, and you be the one in your place, sir. All right? Thank you.
Gotta be honest with you, Franchise. All I see between Raymond and Goldmain is a clash of styles and values. But I guess we'll have to wait and see how this develops.
Speaking of developments, we saw yet another chapter in the saga between the Death Threat Army and Team Raymond, as we saw Adam Wick of the DTA taking on Terry Van Avery in a physical, competitive bout. Adam Wick lived up to his hype, trashing his opponent, the crowd, and even commentary during the match. But his experience eventually proved too much for Van Avery, who was defeated via surprise pin following a huge superplex in what appered to be a Van Avery victory.
Props to Adam Wick for keeping his winning ways alive. Now, Franchise, I've said repeatedly how much I enjoy witnessing new talent in IPW. And the next bout, which was the second qualifier for the IPW Heavyweight Title Grand Prix Tournament, featured two new talents to IPW, and boy, did they ever deliver.
They sure did, Davison, as we saw the athletic and charismatic Xavier Walker take on a man we can only describe as having a very firm grasp on his worldviews, approach to society and wrestling, and what could be best described as a conservative approach to ring attire. And that was none other than Coda Jacobs.
Coda Jacobs took some time out of his busy schedule to educate the IPW commentary team prior to the show. letting us know all about his agenda and future plans to bring a brighter future to wrestling by way of introducing the classic values of wrestling and society. Jacobs could be seen shaking babies and kissing hands prior to the event, trying to win favor with the IPW faithful, but it appeared that his focus should have been more directly placed on his in-ring performance, as he was eventually defeated in his IPW debut, giving Xavier Walker the big win as he advances into the Grand Prix tournament and a chance at being our new IPW champ.
After the intermission, IPW fans were treated to what can only be called an instant classic, Davison. Tommy Vendetta and weaponized Alex Weir, representing the Death Threat Army, took on a new team of IPW, Big Facts, comprised of Eli Shelton and Jason Page. While they were new to IPW, Big Facts have obviously been teaming together for quite some time and brought the big fight to DTA.
Oh, they gave the DTA everything they could handle and a little more. This, IPW fans, is a match you must go out of your way to witness. IPW management has already passed down word that because of their impressive debut, Big Facts are being rewarded with a tag team title match against IPW Tag Champs, none other than Gracefully Chosen, at the May 8th event Pandemonium. Speaking of Gracefully Chosen, let's hear from our Tag Champs now.
February 8th, our debut match against the Grey Wolves. We embarrassed them, and we walked out as IPW Tag Team Champions. People are asking, whatever happened to Gracefully Chosen? Where are Gracefully Chosen? What have they been doing? Well, let me tell you. You see, our manager, Truth Martini, put us on a extended vacation. We had to leave this dump Michigan, first of all, and he took us to Hawaii, where we were swimming with dolphins, drinking martinis. And now we're back, and people are wondering, what's next for Gracefully Chosen at IPW?
First of all, you have to realize that the Grey Wolves were done when we beat them in our debut. So you're in the back of the line. Garbage, trash. And the other tag teams in IPW, you don't hold a candle to Gracefully Chosen. You aren't worthy to face Gracefully Chosen. Who are we supposed to pick out of these tag teams to face us? The Monroes? That stupid family, the Monroes? All they are is wasted potential. They will never be Gracefully Chosen, ever in life. In the so-called Death Threat Army. It's really funny how people in Michigan mistake mediocrity for greatness, because that's all Death Threat Army is, mediocrity. And you people praise it over and over again. That when something that's actually great comes before you, you are confused. You're subject to your own idiocracy. And the funny thing is, Jack Price, you haven't been telling the truth. You have not been telling the truth. Because I know you remember me. I was the kid who asked you which school to go to. I asked you, where should I train? Where should Gracefully Chosen train? And you told me. And because of that, we became the greatest students to ever come out of the House of Truth. The ironic part of that is that you, Jack Price, will be the demise of DTA. Because Michigan will not be known for the Monroes. They will not be known for DTA. Michigan will be known for Gracefully Chosen. So whoever wants the so-called war, you're just shooting with a gun with no bullets. Gracefully Chosen is here, now, and forever. And you will surely know, just like the stupid people in Michigan will know, that the future is now, and the future is chosen.
Business is really picking up in the IPW Tag Division, and I, for one, couldn't be any more thrilled to see how things develop.
This brought us to an unplanned bout between IPW hometown hero Jimmy Hype Shawin and the man who calls himself God's gift to greatness, one Derek Wolfe. Wolfe was initially expected to face his longtime bitter rival Zach Ibiza, but Ibiza pulled out of their bout to enter himself into the World Title Grand Prix tournament, only to later no-show to the event as a whole. Has there been any news as to the whereabouts of Zach Ibiza, Davison?
None that I've been been made aware of, Franchise, but we did get this video from Derek Wolfe regarding the recent events.
IPW fans, this is Derek Wolfe, and tonight, I'm relaxing. That's right, I poured myself a glass of Merlot, and I'm having a few drinks before I go to bed. You know why? Because I did exactly what I said I was going to do this past Sunday at IPW. I stepped into the ring with Jimmy Sholin, and I emerged the victor, as Derek Wolfe always does. You see, I'm the destroyer of dreams. Everybody who steps into the ring with me, they always come out the loser. And then, they never come back. That's right. They never have the courage to step back into the ring, whether that's against me or someone else. They're embarrassed. After losing to Derek Wolfe, they know that there's nothing left for them. And that's why I am the destroyer of dreams. I ruin people's careers. And coming out on top this past Sunday against Jimmy Sholin, I'm sure I did the same thing to him as well. So we'll see what's next for Derek Wolfe. I'll be back in the ring at IPW Pandemonium, May 8th in Paw Paw, Michigan. We'll see what happens next. But one thing's for sure. It won't be anything less than success. You can bank on it.
As you can see, Derek Wolfe means business, and he took that business to hype Shalwin in their bout at Trial by Combat, eventually taking the victory.
He did manage to win that bout, Davison, but let's not forget how that came about. At one point in the match, referee Jeremiah was nearly struck by Wolfe, who got out of the way of charging Shalwin, resulting in a massive collision that saw the referee thrown from the ring and through our commentary table. It was a wild scene, and as you can imagine, the referee was none too happy and had the following to say after the show.
Because of Jimmy Sholin's heinous actions against me at Trial by Combat, I have a cervical sprain. I have torn ligaments in my knee. I have a splinter in my eye. I may never be able to see again, let alone officiate a match. For far too long, IPW has sat idly by as wrestlers have abused us referees. They've treated us like second-class citizens. We demand better. We deserve better, man. For those of you who don't know, Jimmy Sholin put me through a table on purpose. Jimmy, I don't know why you did what you did. But if I was to speculate, it's because I'm an official and I'm there to keep the rules intact. You were probably just trying to cheat. You think, oh, you get him out of the way, I can do whatever I want. You're no different than the criminals having shootouts with cops in the streets. You're no fucking different! You don't belong in a wrestling ring. You belong in a jail cell.
It's a new year, it's a new IPW, and maybe it's a new referee. Guess we'll have to wait and see.
And finally, in the main event of the show, we saw Michiana champion and leader of the DTA, Aaron O'Ryan, successfully defend his title against another debuting talent in IPW, Ren Jones.
Ren Jones was beyond impressive in this contest, and I legitimately thought we would see a new Michiana champion crowned. Franchise Ren Jones has been seen on 205 Live. Ren Jones attended WWE's Performance Center tryouts in 2019. This man is a juggernaut, and it looks like his trajectory is pointing straight up. But on this night, we saw the domination of Aaron O'Ryan continue, as he is still our IPW Michiana champion.
It was a tremendous finish to an absolutely incredible event, but we at IPW continue to have concerns about the whereabouts and well-being of Zach Abiza.
I obviously share in those concerns, Franchise, and this story actually leads into an exciting new development in IPW. Zach, this is me speaking to you directly if you're somewhere listening. If you need someone to talk to, if you're going through something difficult, you have options that IPW is willing to extend to you. Franchise, roll the clip. I'm Davison Sarai. I'm half of IPW's commentary team, but I'm also Davison Sarai, MA, LPC, CAADC, MST, PSB. You probably don't know what that means. I'm a Master of Arts. It's a licensed professional counselor. certified in advanced drug counseling and multi-systemic therapy for problem sexual behavior. I've actually been a therapist for about 10 years. So since I'm already on the team as a commentator, IPW reached out and said, hey, we want to start addressing the well-being of our staff here. I'm now overseeing the mental health treatments of all of our employees, including our athletes, officials, and additional staff. I'm actually spearheading a groundbreaking new effort. Very excited to talk to you about it. We have the contracts and all the releases in place. I now get to tell you. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to be breaking out some videos of our staff and employees in session. It's never been done before, but IPW wanted to take a real adventurous new approach to breaking down the barriers between our company and our fans, as well as providing some educational opportunity for people to learn more about mental health. I couldn't be any more excited about this big opportunity, and we genuinely hope you'll all join us on this brave new journey. My name is Davison Sarai, MA, LPC, CAADC, MST-PSB, HBIC.
Well, congratulations to our own Davison Sarai for taking on this important responsibility for IPW and all its employees. The lives of professional wrestlers are taxing in countless ways, and I'm glad that IPW is looking out for the best interest of the entire roster.
I'm personally looking forward to it, but right now I'm mostly looking forward to Saturday the 8th, when we'll see IPW Pandemonium taking place at the Performance Fieldhouse in Paw Paw, Michigan. Doors open at 6. The action starts at 7 p.m. And as usual, the kids get in for $10. General admission for adults is $20, and VIP tickets are $25, which include meet and greets with IPW talents and a front row seat for the action.
That action will include a total of 7 matches, including 2 qualifying matches for the interim IPW Grand Prix tournament and a semifinals match for the vacant Women's Championship. Also making his IPW debut, we have been teasing this for quite some time. He is going to be at IPW Pandemonium, ladies and gentlemen, Jamal King making his IPW debut. As stated earlier, the main event is going to be the IPW Tag Team Championship match with Gracefully Chosen, accompanied by Truth Martini, putting their titles on the line against Big Facts. IPW Pandemonium should be an absolutely incredible event, and we from IPW all look forward to seeing our fans in attendance. We will be following strict CDC guidelines. Social distancing is suggested and masks are mandatory. We'll see you Saturday, May 8th for IPW Pandemonium.